Hello everyone, this is Nisha Sharma in front of you all. So students, my today's video is for the students of 5th and 6th standard, where I'll be teaching you letter writing. Letter writing is one of the most important part of writing portion, where I'll be teaching you what is letter writing and types of letter, where you'll be learning formal and informal letter along with its format and the proper way of writing it, what to use, what not to use, the difference between formal and informal letters, and many more things. So let us begin with today's class with letter writing. Be ready with your notebook and pen. So students, letter writing. Now how many types of letters are there? Now there are two types of letters. You can see here, one is formal and the second is informal. Now, what is formal letter and where we write? To whom do we write? And what is informal letter and to whom do we write informal letters? You'll come to know about this even. Here you can see formal letter. The formal letters are for professional or important situation, like to the principal or writing to a manager, requesting or providing information, writing a complaint. These all comes under formal letter. Next we have informal letter. Now informal letters are non-professional situations which we write in non-professional situation. Non-professional means to your relative, to your friends, to your co-workers, to your family members, to your brother, sister. Okay? So, that is informal letter. Students, now will give you a summary of what should we include in writing of formal and informal letter. So, let's see here. Summary of everything you can see here, what we should include in formal and informal letters. See, at first you can see here informal, what you are supposed to use, full sentence, whereas in informal you can use short sentences, correct grammar and vocabulary. In informal, lack formal grammar and vocabulary. No contractions, for example, I would. In informal, contractions, example, I'd. Next here you can see, you cannot use idioms and informal. Please don't get confused when I say informal. In this you can see an informal, idioms, expressions, example, on point. You can use. Next, formal में passive voice. You can use passive voice like the application form is completed. Whereas in informal, you use an active voice. For an example, you can see, I completed the application form. Next, formal, no phrasal verbs should be used, like investigate, research. And informal, phrasal verbs you can use, example, look into. Next, for informal, no abbreviations, like example, at your convenience. In informal, you can use abbreviations. For an example, you can see ASAP, that means as soon as possible. Next, no exclamation marks. Here you can use exclamations. Here you can see no imperatives. For an example, you can see here, you may complete the form when you have time. An informal, you can start with a verb. Example, complete the form. So, these were some of the points, some of the things which you are supposed to include informal and an informal. So students, first we'll go with format of formal letters. In formal letters, first we'll give sender's address, means the person who's writing this letter, the senders means you. Then we'll leave one line, and then after leaving line we'll give date, we'll put date, and then receiver's address, means to the person you are writing. Next we'll come to salutation and then subject. Now here you can see, you can find the changes. Please don't get confused, because see, the CBSE has made some changes in letter writing format in formal letters. For previously what we used to do, we used to put subject first and then the salutation. But now what we do, we put the salutation first and then the subject. But one more thing, if you are giving your subject first and then the salutation, it doesn't mean that your letter is going to be wrong or it is incorrect. It is just to show that you are updated. That's it, and you can score good marks with this. Next we have body of the letter, means actual message what you are going to give. And then at last we have complimentary closing, like yours faithfully, sincerely. So this is the format of formal letter. So students, now see, I have written one formal letter. The question is, write a letter to the editor to a newspaper on the issue of bad condition of roads in your locality. So now here you can see, first is sender's address, which is yours. Leave one line, then date. Please make sure you write the date in this way only. Please don't use any short form. In place of March, please don't write MAR. Please write the full spelling. Next we have address of receiver. So to whom we are writing? To the editor of Times of India, Kolkata. Now here comes the salutation. Dear sir, leave one line, then subject. So what was our subject? Bad condition of roads. Now see here, through the column of your steamed newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of concerned authorities towards subject, the condition of road. Now I have come to next paragraph. After leaving one line, I have started, the condition of roads is completely unacceptable. It has countless potholes, making the purpose of the road a big failure. Things gets even worse during the rainy season, when potholes are not visible due to the poor drainage system. Now I have taken third paragraph. It would be good if you publish this in your newspaper, and the concerned authority will see the gravity of this matter, and some measures will be adopted to improve the condition of roads. I hope that you consider the request of the residents of this area and take proper action. And then we have complimentary. While closing, yours faithfully. And here you'll write your name, and just below that you can also give your signature. I've mentioned XYZ, here you'll write your name. So this was our formal letter. Students, now we'll begin with format of informal letter. First we did formal, now this is informal. Now see here, first we'll give sender's address, leave line,
then date, leave line, salutation, leave line, then body means actual message, then complimentary and closing, and then name. See, you can see here you will find changes in this format because something is missing. What is missing here? You can notice that receiver's address and subject is missing in informal letter, where it was mentioned in formal letters. You can also see the difference between complimentary and salutation. Salutation, dear XYZ. Then here you'll see in complimentary, you're lovingly, sincerely. So this is the format of informal letter. We'll show you one letter which is written by me. So this is the letter, and the question is, write a letter to your friend inviting him/her on your birthday party. First is again sender's address, then date. You can also use short form, no problem here. Then after leaving one line, you can start here, dear Ankit or Ankita. If you're a boy, you can write Ankit. If you're a girl, you can also write Ankita. No problem if boys also want to write Ankita. Not a problem. Now here, as you know that day after tomorrow, that is on 19th March 2020 is my birthday. I am organizing a party for all my friends to celebrate the day. Next paragraph, the venue for the party is my residence in Indrapuri colony, and party starts at 7 p.m. with cake cutting followed by games, dance and finally dinner. I will be very pleased if you can join us for the occasion. I am looking forward to your company. You leave a line and then you'll give complimentary and closing. You are lovingly. You can write here whatever your name. I have just mentioned XYZ for an example. Please write your name over here. So this is our